Welcome back. Saturday night in Wantagh, the gloves came off as Congressman Peter King stepped into the ring to support local business. News 12 Long Island's Christina Renaud was there as he took on some pretty tough competition.
People love to see politicians get beat up.
We see him in the political ring all the time, but Saturday night, Congressman Peter King instead put on a real pair of boxing gloves and headed into the ring here at Mulcahy's Pub in Wantagh.
I love it. My father was at head of physical training for the NYPD, and I've been a boxing fan since I'm 8 years old.
The last time the 68-year-old fought in an exhibition match was more than 20 years ago, but he's been training religiously for the last 9 years with the fight's promoter, Chris Cardona.
He's been training hard for it. He's been training very, very hard for it. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous, but he'll be fine. As long as he keeps his hands up, he'll be fine.
Keeping his hands up against 31-year-old Irish Josh Foley, a former New York State kickboxing champion. Foley says age does not play a role in this fight, though, and he doesn't plan to back down.
We're gonna box. I'm not gonna go easy on him. So he's a grown man.
And with that, Foley and King battled it out for 2 rounds. No winners in this exhibition match. So how do you feel?
Tired. It was, but it was exciting. It was a good night, and Josh is a great guy, and just to be able to do it was terrific.
But for Congressman King tonight, it's not only about his love of boxing, but he says a big part of his job is not only supporting local businesses like Mulcahy's, but also the entire community.
So you're bringing in Donald Trump for a hotel, where you're keeping a pub going strong, a boxing club going strong. To me, that's all part of the business.
In Wantagh, Christina Renaud, News 12, Long Island.
Back here at home, what is going on with Congressman Peter King? Tonight he got into the boxing ring, just for the heck of it, with a champion kickboxer. And how did he end up doing? Here's Joe Masseri.
Throwing jabs at his contemporaries on Capitol Hill, but tonight Congressman Peter King traded the verbal sparring for some actual sparring at Mulcahy's Pub in Wantagh.
Boxing is much easier than politics because in boxing the enemy's in front of you. In politics, it's usually your friend behind you stabs you in the back.
The Long Island Republican says he's a big fan of the sport and has been training for about 9 years. King says he agreed to the 2-round exhibition after his trainer Chris Cardona suggested he participate in the slugfest.
And I said, have an exhibition bout. He said, yeah, I'd love to, because they've done it before in the past.
King's opponent for the night, former New York State kickboxing champ Irish Joe Foley.
It's just like any other sport. You know, you can play a great guy in basketball. It doesn't mean you're not going to dunk on him.
The congressman and the kickboxer went toe-to-toe for 2 furious rounds, but in the end, since it was an exhibition, there was no official winner. Boxing fans and constituents for the night say it's nice to know their congressman can put up a fight in the ring and in Washington.
He's willing to come down here at a local bar, local pub, and get it out in the ring.
One person who was noticeably absent from the boxing fans and the constituents tonight was King's wife, Rosemary. She says she's not a boxing fan, and tonight was actually her birthday. So chances are this won't be the last fight the congressman has for the night. Reporting from Wantagh, Joe Masseri, Pix 11 News.
Yeah, that's a fight I would worry about if I were him. What if he had a cut man? Oh, well, good for him, you know? All right.
As if Congress wasn't rough and tumble enough, Long Island Congressman Peter King is showing that he can take a punch in the boxing ring. The Republican congressman took on former state kickboxing champion Josh Foley at Mulcahy's in Wantagh tonight. The 68-year-old Republican says that he's been boxing for about 9 years, and we can tell. He got in the ring as a favor to his trainer who promoted tonight's fights. The 2-round exhibition match ended with no decision.
I'm glad I didn't get hurt too bad. I enjoyed it. It was a really great night. You know, it's sort of like fantasy boxing. It was terrific. He had a chance to be out there and, a good fight night.
A watchdog group questioned if it was ethical for King to take part. The match did not raise money for any charity. King said that he was just supporting a local business.
Oh, yeah, he's been taking and giving a lot of punches.
He certainly has over the years, right?
You've seen Representative Peter King throw jabs on Capitol Hill, but how's his right hook? Well, this is the congressman moonlighting as a boxer. He's actually been training for 9 years. King laced up his gloves tonight to face New York champion kickboxer Josh Foley. The two went toe-to-toe for 2 rounds at Mulcahy's Pub in Wantagh this afternoon. It was all for fun and to bring awareness to local businesses. I guess he did pretty well.
Just a couple of minutes. Known as a heavy hitter in Washington, Long Island Congressman Peter King traded actual jabs instead of verbal ones. The 68-year-old Republican stepped into the ring for a 2-round exhibition bout in Wantagh. He faced off against New York State lightweight, heavyweight kickboxing champion Irish John Foley. That's his name. We caught up with King before the fight, and he said duking it out in the ring is easier than inside the beltway.
Boxing is much easier than politics because in boxing the enemy's in front of you. In politics it's usually a friend behind you stabs you in the back.
Yeah, but what hurts more, when they hit you in the jaw or the back? Anyway, King is an avid boxing fan. He says he's been training for 9 years, and he looks great, by the way.
I need an answer on this topic.
Frontis has to give us an answer.
Congressman King, you're a busy guy, but so am I.
Right.
And we both have a fondness for this. Let me play this video. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Congressman Peter King in the ring. Sir, you know I've been boxing for a couple of years. I'm ready. I'm ready. I saw your performance on this one. You had a good fight. Did you enjoy it?
It was good. It was a great experience. I don't golf. I don't take vacations. This was a Saturday evening in Wantagh, New York, a mile from my home. Josh Foley is a great guy, a great fighter. And we had a 2-round exhibition, and it was good. It was a real good, community event. We had a sellout crowd, and I survived it. And but if I do act a little wobbly today, I did take a few shots to the head. So.
Wow. Okay. You think you're ready? You ready for me, sir? Congressman
I'm not
Peter
ready
King.
For you, Jamie.
Jamie
you're
Colby.
Too much for anybody.
We're not hitting the links. We're hitting the ring. Congressman, please take care of us and our safety at our airports. And thank you for weighing in on the trial downtown. In all seriousness, 2 very important topics, and it's great to see you as always. Thank you for joining us.
Jamie, thank you, Jamie.
I'm going to stop taking my shampoo. Finally, I wanted to ask you about you being in the political ring and now literally in the ring. You apparently were helping a friend out with a fundraiser and got into the ring. I mean, what was it, 2 rounds? How did it go? We're looking at pictures of it now. Have you any experience in the past?
Helping out a friend. What it is my boxing trainer is also a boxing promoter, and there's a local pub which is really a landmark in my community, and they were promoting fights there, and they asked me if I wanted to box an exhibition, and I said sure. Now listen, they would have sold a lot of tickets with or without me, but I agreed to do it. It's like it's like fantasy baseball, and some guys play golf with Tiger Woods. Some people play tennis with tennis stars. I had a chance to box a champion in the ring, so to me it was a big plus for me. I enjoyed doing it, and also I was dealing with real people. This wasn't a country club. This wasn't the grand ballroom of a hotel. This was real people out there. We had a large crowd, and I was able to hang out there for 3 or 4 hours, and really. Again, hang out with a lot of good people, find out what's on people's minds, and most importantly, I didn't have a heart attack. I didn't die in the ring, and my wife, even though it was her birthday, and she wasn't overly happy by the fact that I was boxing on her birthday.
Congressman,
when I got home in time to go to dinner with her, she wouldn't go to the fight. She boycotted the fight. My wife, my wife and my sister boycotted the fight. My brother went to it, so there's really a split in the family over this whole thing.
No kidding. Congressman, you did great in the ring. I think you were boxing Irish John Foley, but I had no idea. I had no idea it was your wife's birthday. Bad, bad, bad.
What can I tell you, Andrea? I can't be perfect.
Okay, nobody's perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks, Congressman.
Andrea, thank you. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Paul Ryan is ready to roll out the House Republicans' new budget.